announced here shortly, but it is Dakota College Botno time. And this morning we have Zara Moss and April Abrahamson. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
If you want to just crowd around that microphone,
Okay,
we're talking about something that obviously with the passing of the Queen. Now this might even be a little more timely with Constitution Day coming up.
Interesting.
Yeah. No, you didn't put that together with No? Constitution Day. Tell us all about it.
The Department of Ed has, I guess, requested that financial aid tell students a little bit more about their Constitution, what their rights are. So September 17th of every year is Constitution and Citizenship Day, and we are tasked with presenting information about the Constitution. So this year we have Dr. Zara Moss, and she is going to present on constitutional loopholes.
Ooh.
Every year I try and find something interesting, unique, kind of a little outside the box, like to talk about the Constitution. I think that in a lot of ways, like people just generally think, oh yeah, the Constitution, I know what that is and what it does, but there are so many interesting ways of looking at the Constitution. I know everybody out there is rolling your eyes, but in reality, there are very interesting ways to look at the Constitution. So we've talked about people who challenge authority by using constitutional rights and privileges. One year we talked about the Constitution as a living document, and people who are like hardcore constitutionalists who interpret the Constitution like as it was written. And so it's generated a lot of debate. Like we've had people come in and, are very kind of strong believers in founding fathers' words of the Constitution. So, I mean, it's actually fascinating.
Well, okay, so when you say the founding fathers' words, we're talking about words that were back in the late 1700s, which obviously a whole different meaning today, right? I mean, is that
Shane?
Is that to be interpreted that way?
I mean, Shane, you're sounding a little like a living document person who's saying that, the Constitution should be interpreted, differently. I don't know. Somebody might fight you. You better watch out.
The founding fathers are going to fight me. I bet I win that fight.
Somebody might
I mean,
fight
right
you
now. I'd take on the founding fathers right now. I mean,
you'd win, maybe. Yeah.
Oh, maybe. A bag of bones over there, but. So let's just say the founding fathers had streaming networks. Let's say they had cell phones. They might have worded things, done things a little differently, right? Okay, so yeah,
I mean, people in positions of power. Yeah, I know. People in positions of power don't really care, I'd say.
Well, no, they wouldn't.
Yeah, that's why I'm like,
they wouldn't.
I don't know about that.
Okay.
But yeah, I think it's going to be really good tomorrow, or actually Friday. It's Friday at 1:00. We do have treats. We always serve some kind of treats because a meeting without treats should have been an email. So if you're interested in learning a little bit about constitutional loopholes, the one I'm specifically talking about is the Yellowstone theory. I don't know if you've heard about this.
No, I have not.
It's a theory about a constitutional loophole in which there's a 50 square mile area in Yellowstone National Park in which people could get away with murder.
I might be going.
I mean, it's fascinating. It's just there's lots of examples of ways that people interpret the Constitution and find ways around, like laws, like actual laws that are created, and they're like, okay, but you would infringe upon my constitutional rights if you did this, so I cannot be, prosecuted for a crime.
Okay, all right.
It's a suggestion. It was a theory that was come up with by the University of Michigan law professor Brian Colt. It's fascinating when you think about it. So
okay, all right. And there's other things, of course, up for discussion.
Sure,
right. If we want to maybe come in and not have a debate, but just ask a few questions. You were all about that too?
Oh my gosh, yeah. We love having people come on campus, and that's what higher education is all about. It's about that kind of like conversation. And so I think people forget that. They're just expecting like a lecture, but the idea is to stimulate and generate ideas in which we can have really thoughtful and meaningful conversations about the world that we live in. Because that's kind of like the goal at DCB, right? To make us all more informed citizens, and specifically like our students. We want them to go out into the world world and be capable of constructing good arguments and like holding their own, but actually being like really well-informed citizens. So yeah, we would encourage, I encourage all my students to come, but we've had people who are, just members of the community come before, and it's always a really great conversation and a really interesting time. So,
and hopefully they walk away with a little more information they came in with, and maybe a different view.
Oh, absolutely.
Right?
Yes, definitely.
So April, what is your position in all of this?
I'm the financial aid director, so I get to organize it and request Zara to come and give a presentation. I also supply the treats, so
Okay.
I'm the treat person. We also have a door prize. If you come to the presentation, we have a door prize that you can sign up for.
Okay, so Founding Father fruitcakes and constitutional cupcakes.
We're actually doing Spitz cookies this year,
Okay.
so butter
All right.
cookies.
Hey, what's better than a butter cookie, right?
Right?
Better butter. That's cool, and that is again on Friday at 1 o'clock.
Right at 1 o'clock in the Alumni Conference Center.
Okay, ladies, anything else you'd like to throw out there this morning?
Come and participate and maybe learn something more about the Constitution that you didn't think about before.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. Thanks
All
for
right.
having us.
Thanks for coming in, because honestly, I feel a little more informed having heard this.
Okay.
Seriously. Thank you very much, ladies. Appreciate it. April and Zara, thank you very much. All right, 8:34, 7-day forecast. This one brought to you by Thrivent Financial.
Your money should work as hard as you work for it. For over 100 years, Thrivent has helped clients like you find the client